Assalamu alaikum class. Hope so you are all fine. In our previous lecture, we discuss the life of Hazrat Abu Bakr and Hazrat Umar. Today our topic is about Hazrat Usman and Hazrat Ali. Firstly, we will discuss about Hazrat Usman's life. As you know, Usman belonged to the powerful clan of Banu Umayyah of the Quraysh. He was a trader. By this, he became a wealthy person. He was known as Ghani. He was literate as well. He became a Muslim on Abu Bakr invitation and one of the earliest converts. He faced persecution in Makkah and migrated to Abyssinia along with his wife in the first batch of emigrants. He remained there for some years and returned to Makkah. As the persecution increased, he again migrated with his wife, that time to Medina. After his wife died, he married the Prophet's widowed daughter Kulthum. This earned him the title of Zunnurain, the possessor of two lights. Being a wealthy man, he generously donated his wealth to the poor among us, both Muhajirin and Ansar. He purchased a piece of land according to the wish of the Holy Prophet in order to extend the Prophet. He would purchase a slave from his master and send him on every Friday. He was sent to Makkah to hold talks with the Quraysh, but a rumor was spread of his murder, as he had to stay longer than expected. The Prophet, on hearing the news, took a pledge from his companion to revenge Usman's blood. This historic pledge became known as Bai'at Rizwan. Usman returned safe, but the whole episode reflects his importance and Prophet's love for him. The Prophet used to pray, "Oh God, I am pleased with Usman. I beg you to please with him." Election. Usman was nominated Ali. Umar nominated Ali, Talha, Zubair, Usman, Abdurrahman bin Auf and Saad bin Abi Waqqas. All were one of 10 blessed companions, which is also called Ashra Mubashshara. Umar's choice was Abdurrahman, but he was not willing to shoulder the responsibility. Talha was not in Medina, so the choice was not restricted. It was decided that as Abdurrahman has stepped down, therefore he should choose the next caliph. He consulted each one individually. Ali chose Usman and Usman chose Ali. Saad supported Usman while Zubair mentioned both Usman and Ali. He asked the opinion of other prominent men as well as came to the conclusion that majority favored Usman. Abdurrahman first took the pledge of allegiance, followed by Ali and other companions, and then there was a general pledge. He became the third caliph of Islam. Main activity during his caliphate: expansion and administration. During this year, the process of expansion of empire continued. His earliest focus was the Persian Empire in the east. Khorasan, Sarakhas and the Khwarizm were captured in 658. This brought 40,000 captives and rich booty to Medina. In 651, the standardization of the Quran on the basis of Mushaf-e-Hafsa was done. Recitation on the model of this copy was allowed and the rest burnt. Official copies dispatched to all provincial capitals. Two of the original manuscripts of his time exist even today. Majlis-e-Shura, or Council of Consultation, was maintained. He allowed Arabs to acquire agricultural land, expanded the Prophet Mosque, made arrangement for the supply of drinking water for travelers. A dam was built to protect Medina from flood difficulties. He faced many difficulties in his life. Now we will discuss the charges against him when he became a governor. One of main allegation against him was that he had appointed his inefficient relative as a governor. All the governors appointed by him were people of great caliber. Abdullah bin Saad, his foster brother, was appointed governor of Egypt also by Umar. Usman appointed Saad bin Abi Waqqas as governor of Kufa when he was unable to control the situation. Abu Musa Anshari was deposed at the demand of people of Basra, was replaced by Abdullah bin Amir, Usman's cousin, according to wishes of the people. It was also alleged that he was too lenient and did not keep a check on his governor. He gave a convincing reply to each of the charge in the presence of her Prophet's companion. His explanation was accepted. Major events which were happened in his time period was naval fleet, compilation of Quran, and so on. Martyrdom. The rebels were on their way home when they got hold of a letter from Usman to be governor of Egypt to have the leader of the group put to death on their return. They returned to Medina after 4 days shouting for revenge. They laid siege to his hours by hundred and did not allow food and water to reach him. Ali deputed his sons Hassan and Hussein, and Zubair deputed his son Abdullah to protect him. Some companions who were successful in reaching him wanted to help him and fought the rebels, for sent for the army. The siege lasted for 50 days, and finally some rebels jumped into his house, injured his wife Naila, and killed him while he was reciting the Holy Quran. Next personality is Hazrat Ali. Ali was the first cousin of the Holy Prophet and belonged to the Banu Hashim. His father was Abu Talib. Ali was brave and literate and was a very intelligent youth of Makkah. He led a pious and noble life. One day he saw his cousin and his wife put their foreheads on the ground. Hazrat Ali looked at them amazingly. Never before had he seen anybody saying prayer in his style. When the prayer was over, Hazrat Ali asked his cousin about this strange act. He explained, "We were worshipping Allah, the One." The Prophet said, "I advise you to do the same and never bend your head before Lat, Uzza or any other idol." Next morning, Hazrat Ali accepted Islam.